let's start by pointing out the obvious. There are two different shapes, right? So, and I best believe I did not notice when I was about to cure it. Sometimes I just don't see everything that I should. So I'm going in to try to make it look like the other one. Because I don't think I can sleep if I don't. So this year, you've probably heard me talk about this in another video, but this year my goal is to work on my designs. I'm not very good at designing, so that's what I'm working on this year. For the entire year, that's the only thing nail-wise that I have as a goal. That's my nail goal, working on designs. I've done quite a few so far, because I try to do different things in one set, so I can cover different things. I think this is a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and cure this. And while I do, I'm going to pause my video. And then I'll be back. Alright, so out the lamp and ready to get started. So I don't want to do the whole buff to not let the chrome touch the rest of a nail and blah blah blah. So I am just going to be as precise as I can to rub that in. Now, do you see the difference with that transfer? You notice how this one is quite patchy. Let me get the light over here a little bit more. So do you notice the difference with this transfer? Like you can tell, right? It's a clear distinction in terms of the quality of the transfer compared to these. So that's why I'm going to be sticking with the OG method that I spoke about in the last video, simply because I want to ensure that I get the best transfer possible. I love this. This looks so much better than the white. I love how this looks. Yeah, so much better. So much better. Now, of course, it wouldn't be real and raw if I didn't talk about what I see wrong here. So if you notice here, you see the brush strokes underneath that chrome. So don't make that mistake, okay? This happened when I went back in to fix the French. Now you can see the brush strokes in the design underneath the chrome, because I didn't let it settle, because you know gel will auto level if you give it enough time, but I didn't do that. I went straight into the lamp, and so we have the little indentations underneath the chrome design, and we don't want that. So we're gonna see the difference with this one as compared to this. But apart from those indentations, this is a type of transfer that you need to have with your chrome. Yeah, there's a clear difference between the two. And I brush off the excess with my little dusting brush. And then I'm gonna go in with the design that's on here for the pinky, and then the design on here for the, this is our index finger, right? Let me know. I always forget with my fingers. I know thumb, pinky, middle, but never can keep up with the rest. Okay, so the designs are slightly different. So I go this way, small, big, and then I go this way, big, small. So I'm gonna try to make sure that they are the exact same. And let me remove the excess. I think I have too much on here. And I don't have another gold, so I purchased this set just so I could try out chrome design, and I don't have duplicates, so if I turn this over, that will be the end, because I would have to go in with a completely different color chrome, which would defeat the purpose of what I'm trying to achieve here, which is gold. And this is my only gold, so I'm gonna try to be as careful as I can and to only use what I need. I'm not put too much on my applicator. Alright, so do you see the difference? I know my lighting is poor. My lighting is as poor as I am as a person financially, so bear with me, okay? I'm just trying to share what I know. So demarcation, no demarcation. So that's what we're going for. So you make sure that your gel self levels, that's the term I was trying to remember and couldn't. Make sure your gel self levels before, let's seal this. Let's make sure your gel self levels before you cure it. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with this. And we don't want that. We want this. The shapes are still a little bit different, but we can work with it. We can rock with that. I am fairly satisfied. Now I'm gonna go in with, I don't work fast, as you can see. I'm recording this in real time. And you will get to realize that I am not fast at doing nails, but faster than I used to be, which is good. And I'm going in with my, I think this is crystal gel or whatever. And let's see what it says. Sculpture gel. 3D sculpture gel is what it says on here. So that's what we're using. And I'm just marking out where I'm going to be putting my gems. And there's supposed to be one here. Oh, this is supposed to be on this side because it would be rotated, right? I think. Yeah. And this one has 3 half moons. That's a crescent, right? And then this one has 2. we're gonna make one more here. So here's something that I noticed. When I put the crystal gel down and then put the gems on top, I then go in with my top coat and go over the entire thing and blend out the harsh gel outline. But if you notice on this nail, I didn't do that. So now we have this kind of, these bubble, well, not bubbles, but like you can see the gel coming out here. If I had used the gel to go over and soften those outlines, we wouldn't have this. So that's another thing that you can learn from my mistake when you are doing your set, so you don't end up with the same results that I did. Yeah. The most authentic thing that I could possibly do is to teach you from my own mistakes. And best believe I'm going to be watching this video again for refreshers, because I can't keep everything in my brain. It's just not possible for me, unfortunately. I forget things. So I need to have this on the opposite. Let me flip this around because I'm a visual learner. Sometimes I don't always get it right. So this one is supposed to be here, the top. Yeah. And then the big one is supposed to be over here, but we have the gel here, so I'm gonna plop it on and then move it with the product. Uh-oh, that's not moving. It's not moving. Why is it not moving? Guys, why is it not moving? Oh my god. Okay. So the downside to me doing raw uncut videos is that there's going to be a lot of background noise from the stray cat, from my neighbor, you know, everything that's going on in the background. Just gonna make its way to, now that we realize what we're doing here, we want to put this back here and one is somewhere here. It doesn't have to be in the precise exact position. Oops, I lost some of my crescents. So this video is getting too long, not for you guys, but just for my phone storage wise. So I'm gonna show you what I do with the gel. I'm using not polish, just use whatever top coat you have if you're gonna be trying this out. And I'm going over top as well, because if you notice here, I didn't go over top with this one. So I didn't blend out the harsh outline and I didn't go over top. So as you can see, it's changed color. See the difference? Right? So when you go over top, you also get to preserve your faux gems. Faux means fake. Preserve your faux gems for a little bit longer. So I'm gonna remove the excess gel from my brush, and I'm going in one more time just for the outline that I'm talking about. Yeah, that looks good. So I'm going to be repeating the same process on this, and then I'm going to finish up. I want to change the design that I have on here, so I'm going to be working on that as well. But I'm not sure if I'll be able to record that for you guys because my phone storage is screaming at me. All right, so that's it for this one. Bye.